Good morning, everybody. Kem છો બધા? મજામાં? Today, 14th April, we are completing the 21 days of a national knockdown. I know the times have been tough, but I sincerely hope every one of you are safe in the cozy of your home. Guys and girls, please consider yourself to be lucky because in Jamnagar we are highly safe and comfortable. You know, there are cities in Gujarat like Ahmedabad, Baroda, Surat, Rajkot, etc., where there is a hotspot of corona. And there the government restrictions are also very harsh. At the same time, people are also highly scared of this pandemic. So please consider yourself to be lucky in the comfort of your home and in our town, Jamnagar. Now let's start with today's session. Now in yesterday's session, we discussed what are the strategies of a market leader. Today, let us take second player in the market, that is market challenger. Market challenger, as you can see in the picture, is the firm or an organization having second highest market share. And this challenger is interested in taking up a leadership role and becoming a market leader. Challenger is also the one who will challenge the leader and will try to position itself cut to cut with a leader. Like if you take a small car segment, maybe Hyundai is a market challenger. If you take toothpaste, Pepsodent could be considered as a market challenger. You take Ola and Uber. Now Uber was the first one to come in the market and initially they had a very high market share. But then Ola, once a challenger, challenged Uber, and today if you see, Ola has successfully taken up the market leader's role in a taxi segment in India. Similarly, once upon a time, Jio was also the market challenger. When Jio came into the market, it was Airtel which had the largest maximum number of subscriber, and the Airtel had a largest market share. But Jio successfully challenged Airtel and took over the leadership role from Airtel. So challenger is the one who has got a second highest market share, will challenge the leader, and in many cases it will try and take the leadership role. So supposing, my dear marketing managers, your firm is a market challenger, what would be your strategy for the market? Let us discuss that. Let's get into today's session. Well, this is just what we saw yesterday, that the market leader has to expand the total market, because if total market expands, leader is the first one to be benefited. How leader can expand the total market? Well, by finding new customers and increasing the usage among the existing customers. These are some of the defensive strategy what a market leader could opt for, like position defense, flank defense, primitive defense, contra-offensive defense, counter-offensive defense, mobile defense, and contraction. So the other players in the market are market challenger, market follower, who does not want to rock the boat but would try to follow the leader from a distance, and last player is market nicher. So what should be the strategy for a market challenger. Supposing you happen to be Pepsodent. So what Pepsodent can do to compete with leader Colgate, or what a Korean car manufacturer like Hyundai can do to compete with Japanese player like Maruti Suzuki. So what should be the strategy of a market challenger? Well, the market challenger has to decide upon three things. So if you happen to be a marketing manager, you have to decide A, the strategic objective and opponents. Whom would you like to select to compete with? તમારે તમારા competitors select કરવાના છે કે as of now આપણે કોને એડ કરવું છે, કોની સાથે compete કરવું છે. So A, define your strategic objective and opponents. B, choose a general attack strategy. What would be your general attack strategy? And C, choose a specific attack strategy. So તમારો કોઈ business હોય, and in that business if you are planning to compete with the leader, just think about it. What among these strategies I can choose to compete with the leader? So the first, as I told you, a market challenger has to decide its objective and opponents. Now a market challenger can choose or can decide to opt for any three players whom it wants to attack or compete with. Like one, the market challenger can attack the market leader. Now here, the market challenger should have high-end resources to compete with leader. Like Jio, it came into the market. Jio decided to attack the market leader, that was Airtel. And in the initial few months, Jio gave free. Now that is where, it got a perception that Jio is free, and many people started to opt for Jio. In the initial times, what happened was people used to have two connections. Airtel and Jio, they use Jio for data, for internet, and Airtel, they did not recharge the Airtel as such. Airtel recharge નતા કરાવતા અને Jio જે free હતું એને સાચવીને રાખતા હતા. Well, that is, a challenger decides to attack the market leader. Remember, it's a high risk strategy, but it works. It can have a very high payoff. So high risk, high reward kind of a strategy. બીજું, challenger એવું બી કરી શકે કે they can attack the firm of its own size. Now that also could be one of the strategy of a challenger. Like say I have taken the example of Walmart acquiring Flipkart. Now Walmart saw there is a great rise of the retail business in India, and Walmart wanted to get into the Indian market. But there were already Amazon, and Amazon had the largest market share in e-commerce retailing. At the same time, there are also, offline retailers like Big Bazaar, Trent, Future Group, etc. Big Bazaar is from the Future Group, and they were also doing a quite reasonable job. So how a Walmart could enter into the Indian market, and how it can challenge a market leader like Amazon. So what Walmart did was, Walmart acquired Flipkart. Now Flipkart, who was a challenger and was challenging Amazon, Walmart took over Flipkart. Automatically Walmart became the challenger who can compete with a leader like Amazon. Or third, a challenger can even decide to attack the firms which are smaller than his size. So challenger can attack small and regional firms and gain a leadership role in small regions, and then attack the market leader. Like, Ola acquired Taxi for Sure. Now, Taxi for Sure had a very limited penetration in taxi business, but Taxi for Sure was a kind of market leader in Mumbai. So, it was a market leader in Mumbai, but it was a regional player. It didn't have a pan-India presence kind of a thing. So, Ola acquired Taxi for Sure and became a kind of market leader across Mumbai and accordingly across India. So a challenger can attack the firm which are bigger than its size, which are market leader. B, a challenger can also attack the firms of its own size. And C, challenger can attack a small firms or a regional firms. So if you happen to be a market challenger, decide that whom should we attack in order to gain the better market share. When we are discussing these strategies of market challenger, we have to derive few principles from war. આમાં જે લડાઈના મેદાનમાં વોરમાં જે પ્રિન્સિપલ્સ યુઝ થાય, lot of principles has to be applied for there also. Like I would like you to recollect that famous movie starring Amitabh Bachchan and Hrithik Roshan. Can you recollect that movie? કઈ મૂવી હતી જેમાં પાકિસ્તાન આર્મી હિલ ઉપર હોય છે અને ઇન્ડિયન આર્મી નીચે હોય છે અને from the down they have to go up. So Pakistan army was already on a leadership role and Indian army had to challenge that and move the leader from its post. Yes, that movie was Laksh. Now if you remember the Amitabh Bachchan dialogue in that movie Laksh, Amitabh Bachchan used to say that we should have a resource base 7:1 if we want to go for a frontal attack. So just keep this in mind. As and when we go ahead, we'll just discuss few principles of a warfare. So general attack strategies for a market challenger are frontal attack, આમને સામનેની લડાઈ. So આપણે જે લીડરની સ્ટ્રેન્થ છે એના ઉપર અટેક કરીએ છીએ. Flank attack. Flank attack means attacking the leader's weaknesses. Encirclement attack. You understand encirclement attack, right? Encirclement attack એટલે આમ ઘેરો કરીને મારવું. So in encirclement attack, you are attacking the leader's strength and weaknesses at the same time. Bypass attack, and last is a guerrilla warfare. We'll discuss all in detail. So there are 5 general attack strategy: frontal attack, flank attack, encirclement attack, bypass attack and guerrilla warfare. Frontal attack, face to face. તમારામાંથી ઘણા PUBG રમતા હોય છે. Now PUBG માં you have that kind of an attack કે તમે face to face સામસામેની લડાઈ કરો. બટ એમાં રિસ્ક એ બી છે કે તમને ગોળી લાગી શકે છે. So face to face એટલે તમે છુપીને નહીં બટ સામસામેની લડાઈ કરો. That is what we call a frontal attack, which is attacking the leader's strength. So attacking the leader's strength, it is kind of attacking face to face. As I told you, it's a high risk but high reward strategy. Like a Korean car manufacturer Hyundai is attacking Maruti since more than 10 years, almost a decade. And for every model of Maruti, Hyundai has got a similar kind of competing model. Like Hyundai Eon was introduced to compete with Maruti Alto, which is an 800cc car. So for every model of Maruti, you will have a competing model of Hyundai. whenever you find any showroom of Maruti, just opposite to that, you might find a showroom of Hyundai. So in terms of product, in terms of models, in terms of channel of distribution, in terms of service station, in terms of pricing, in terms of advertisement, on every front, Hyundai would like to compete with Maruti and take up a leadership role. So when you are attacking the leader's strength, it is called frontal attack. Another classic example of a frontal attack is Jio attacking Airtel. Remember when Jio came into the market, there were a lot of mobile telecom service provider. Airtel had got largest market share. In terms of number of users or number of subscribers, Airtel was number one. But most of the subscribers for the Airtel were prepaid customers rather than postpaid customers. Vodafone had a largest number of postpaid customers. But Jio decided to attack Airtel and take up a leadership role. So Jio competed with Airtel on every front. In terms of pricing, for every pricing of Airtel, Jio had relatively low price. In terms of network, for every mobile tower of Airtel, Jio decided to have 2 mobile towers and compete with the network as such. So in terms of network, in terms of coverage, in terms of channel of distribution, in terms of promotion, advertisement, whenever you find one advertisement of Airtel, Jio decided to have 2 advertisements to compete with Airtel. So that is where the strength of the Airtel was, that Airtel was cheap, Airtel was easily available, and Airtel had a decent mobile coverage. Jio competed on all that front. So Jio made it more cheaper than Airtel by giving it free. Jio did more promotions than Airtel by spending huge money on promotions. Jio developed a beautiful channel of distribution to compete with Airtel on every front. Frontal attack, attacking the leader's strength. High risk but high return strategy. Second is flank attack strategy. So in flank attack, you are attacking the leader's weaknesses. આમાં થોડુંક તમે છુપાઈને attack કરો છો. Leader, because of his sheer size, will have few weak posts and weak areas. Leader જ્યારે બહુ મોટા થઈ જાય, અમુક એરિયા એનાથી છૂટી જાય, અમુક એરિયા ઉપર એ ન પહોંચી શકે. So you try and identify what are the weaknesses of the leader and try to cater to these weaknesses. That kind of an attack strategy is called flank attack. In short, attacking the leader's weaker areas, loose post as such. Like I have just taken a beautiful example of a Google. I am a great fan of Google. Before the Google Android operating system came into the market, it was Nokia which was a market leader. And Nokia had Symbian as an operating system. So Nokia used to sell more than 28,000 phones in the Indian market per month. The big market penetration in India. Google did approach Nokia to use Android as an operating system. But Nokia denied because they were the market leaders, so they were slightly arrogant and they denied and continued to use their operating system. That is where they failed. Google, what they did in turn was they started giving their Android-based operating system or an Android operating system which was based on GUI, graphical user interface, free to several new mobile providers. So when the Samsung, LG and a lot of Chinese mobile companies came into India, Google started giving operating system for completely free, and they made Android as an operating system free. No, rest is a history. Today, Android is largely used operating system. Nokia had to shut down its operation. They lose the market leadership position, and now it might take years for Nokia to regain the market share. So flank attack means identifying the competitors' weaknesses and attacking them. કે ભાઈ ઓલી કેરેક્ટર યુઝર ઇન્ટરફેસ હતી ઓપરેટિંગ સિસ્ટમ જ્યાં માણસોને કેરેક્ટર યાદ રાખવા પડતા. નોકિયા કેમ અપ વિથ Google came up with an Android as an operating system which is based on GUI, graphical user interface, and using graphics, using pictures, using albums, you can just click on it, press on it, and you can use the mobile phones. Flank attack strategy. Encirclement attack means attacking the leader's strength and weaknesses at the same time. Remember, here your resource base should be 13:1. તમારી પાસે leader કરતા 13 ઘણા. 13 times you should have better resources. I have been great fan of Google, so I have just taken an example of Google, how Google went for an encirclement attack towards Yahoo. Before Google came into the market, there were several search engines. At the same time, there were several email service providers also. Yahoo was one of the largest email users before the entry of Gmail as such. So what Google as a market challenger did was, Google came up with an excellent search engine algorithm. Its algorithm was so fine that it used to give a search in less than a second. Yahoo ne જ્યારે 1.5 થી 2 મિનિટ લાગતી સર્ચના રિઝલ્ટ આપવામાં, Google 1 સેકન્ડ કરતાં ઓછામાં તમને સર્ચ રિઝલ્ટ આપી દેતો. Very quick, very fast as such. Similarly, Gmail also used to take very less time in order to load the mail, and automatically your mails used to come and send very fast. So Google came up with an excellent search engine algorithm, and Google used this algorithm for several things. Like they introduced image search, they introduced video search, they had a news search, books search, shopping search, you can search maps, you can search for flights, finances, etc., etc. And that is where Google actually went for an encirclement attack to Yahoo. Then later, you know, it's a history, Yahoo got bankrupted. Because they could not survive the attack by Google, they actually went bankrupted as such and has to lose a lot of money. So in an encirclement attack, you can go and attack the leader's strength and weaknesses at the same time, provided you have an excellent product and great resources. Google, with its Android operating system, was forced to integrate with a mobile phone. Google saw that, you know, people will start using more of the Gmail, the mails, the search, etc. with a mobile phone rather than PC, laptop, or a desktop. And that is where they integrated themselves with the mobile phone. That also strategy paid Google very handsomely. So Google, which started by 2 Ukrainian engineers late in 2005, but gained a highest market share by the end of 2010. And today, Google remains a market leader, not only in search, in several fronts. That kind of an attack strategy is what we call encirclement attack, attacking the leader's strength and weaknesses at the same time. વિચારજો તમે બી તમારો બિઝનેસ હોય કે તમારા કોમ્પિટિટર્સ હોય, how can you compete with the help of an encirclement attack that is attacking the strength and weaknesses at the same time? How can you integrate your products and services into one and give the competitor the run for its money? Google and Yahoo. Beautiful example of an encirclement attack. And you see, after taking the leadership position, Google is not sleeping. Every day they are working on their algorithm, they are working on their search, Gmails, they are working on the drives, they are working on, how they can enhance the experience of the user on the internet world. And that is where Google has maintained its leadership position. Bypass attack. In a bypass attack, it's an indirect attack. It's an attack where the challenger decides to get into a segment which leader is not serving, or as of now, leader has not decided to serve that segment. It does not want to serve and cannot serve. Like, Parle Agro, Parle launched its brand called Fruity in 2015. They relaunched the brand. Fruity was already there, but they relaunched their brand Fruity in 2015. They gained a very decent market share in Fruity. But that was the time where, other companies like Pepsi and Coca-Cola also came up with a mango drink like Slice. So what Parle did was, Parle came up with something known as Cafe Cuba. And Cafe Cuba was India's first coffee-flavored carbonated drink. They diversified into this. Pepsi, Coca-Cola didn't want to enter this coffee-flavored carbonated drink. Parle did, and Parle gained a decent market share in that. That kind of an attack strategy is what we call bypass attack. Guerrilla warfare. Guerrilla is one of my favorite topic. I can give one full 1 hour lecture on guerrilla warfare. It's a beautiful strategy which can really help, small and regional firms to become the leader. Now if you are reading the war books, કે તમારામાંથી જેને war booksમાં રસ હોય, just તમે search કરજો આ term guerrilla warfare ક્યાંથી આવી. The term guerrilla warfare was derived from Vietnam War. So what happened was, when there was a war in Vietnam, Vietnamese soldiers didn't have the resources to compete with American soldiers. American soldiers were very strong. They had latest weapons and technology, and there was nowhere that Vietnamese could compete with or the fight with Americans. So what these Vietnamese soldiers used to do is, Vietnamese soldiers used to hide on trees. They used to hide on trees, they used to hide somewhere in the jungle, and whenever this American army used to pass by, they used to attack from back. The idea is not to defeat the enemy, but the idea is to just disturb the enemy. It's just disturbing the enemy, demoralize the enemy, so that enemy tries and allows you to cater to its market as such. એટલે ચોખ્ખી આપણે આમ સાદી ગુજરાતી ભાષામાં કહું ને તો ગોરીલા વોરફેર એટલે કે ભાઈ ટાપલી મારીને ભાગી ગયો. રાઈટ, હા, કે ન સામે આવ્યો, ન બાજવા આવ્યો, ન કાંઈ કર્યું, બટ ચાલો ટાપલી તો મારી ગયો. એટલે ટાપલી મારીને ભાગી જવું, it's a kind of guerrilla warfare. So it involves small intermittent attack on the different territories of the opponent with an idea to demoralize or harass the competitor. It is more of the preparing for a war rather than a war. So you come up with some promotional campaign here and there so that leader gets disturbed that what he is up to, or come up with some distribution strategy here and there, come with an excellent scheme or a product and there with an idea to demoralize the competitor. Like Amazon wanted more people to buy through its e-commerce portal rather than going to Big Bazaar. So what Amazon actually did was, on those days when Big Bazaar is closed, like, festivals during Diwali, Holi and things like that, when usually the Big Bazaar is closed, Amazon came up with a Great Indian Sale. The Great Indian Diwali Sale, Great Indian Holi Sales, Extended Holiday Sale, etc. And Amazon literally used to offer a great discount, lower than the product price. They actually used to sell it at a loss, when an idea was to disturb Big Bazaar and enter into the tier 2 and tier 3 cities of India, where still Big Bazaar didn't had a major presence. That kind of an attack strategy is what we call guerrilla warfare. We will discuss more about guerrilla warfare maybe in the upcoming classes. But તમે બી વિચારજો કે તમે માર્કેટિંગ મેનેજર હો, you are competing with a lot of competitors in a marketplace. How you can employ some of these strategies in competing with the competitor? So this was just more or less a general strategy: frontal attack, flank attack, bypass attack, encirclement attack, and guerrilla warfare. Specific attack strategy could be giving price discount, lower price good, prestige good, product proliferation, product innovation, improved services, distribution innovation, or intensive advertising promotion. These are specific attack strategies. Let's discuss few of them. First, specific attack strategy like price discount, giving heavy discount on each and every product, each and every item of your kitty. Like Flipkart came up with Big Billion Sale. Now in that Big Billion Sale, they used to give a flat discount on each and every product that is purchased from Flipkart during these days. Price discount. Second could be prestige goods. Prestige goods is giving the goods which are higher the value at relatively low price as such. Ola, which was, a very widely used taxi booking app, and they had a beautiful strategy. Ola used to provide luxury cars. So they started with Ola Lux. Ola Lux was basically renting luxury cars like Mercedes, Jaguar, Toyota Camry, Audi, BMW, etc. And that is where Ola came up with an Ola Lux, where a person could rent the luxury car in India. Now that is again a beautiful strategy by Ola, and Ola was successfully able to compete with Uber with this Ola Lux. And in some of the big cities like Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, etc., Ola Lux paid off very nicely. Product proliferation. In product proliferation, the challenger attacks the market leader by offering greater product variety, thus giving buyers more choice. When Patanjali wanted to enter the FMCG business in India, there already were players like HUL, Procter & Gamble, etc. HUL was the market leader in the FMCG business in India, followed by P&G. Patanjali, what they did was, in order to compete with these bigger MNCs, they came up with more than 400 FMCG products and more than 600 FMCG brands. They had a lot of variety and a lot of brands as such, and they literally gave HUL run for its money with the simple positioning tag of being an Ayurvedic. So on the Ayurvedic plant, but yes, they did not decide to be a follower or a nicher. They wanted to be one of the first 3 FMCG brands in India. In 2014, Patanjali's turnover was hardly 10 crores. By 2018, Patanjali became 10,000 crore business. So there from 10 crore to 10,000 crore, Patanjali entered into FMCG business in India in a beautiful way, the number 3 player in the FMCG brands. One of their strategy was to come up with huge variety of products and services, more than 400 FMCG products with more than 600 different brands. This kind of an attack strategy is what we call product proliferation. Another attack strategy could be distribution innovation. You come up with some innovation in terms of channel of distribution, how you can make your brands easily available to the final users. You know, one of the basic reason why Zomato, Ola or any other app has been successful is that innovation in terms of channel of distribution, providing customers with maximum convenience. In distribution innovation, you can just take an example of a OnePlus. OnePlus mobile phone, which is a Chinese brand, it sells through e-commerce site. You know, the competitors of OnePlus, they had an offline channel of distributor, dealers and retailers. OnePlus had an online channel, and because of this innovation in distribution, you know, OnePlus became popular. It became a matter of prestige. કે લે OnePlus, તારી પાસે OnePlus છે, ક્યાંથી મંગાવ્યો? તો તમે proudly કહો, online. So again, that distribution innovation can help. Last is intensive advertising strategy. See, when Patanjali wanted to enter into an FMCG business, they had to compete with HUL, Procter and Gamble and things like that. So that is where one of the strategies they used was came up with more than 400 variety of products. Patanjali also came up with an intensive advertising strategy. You know, Patanjali was the third most advertised brand in India in 2015-16, next to Fair and Lovely and Cadbury. So after Cadbury and Fair and Lovely, if you see, Patanjali had the largest number of advertisement. Patanjali commercials, Patanjali advertisement were telecasted mostly 22,000 times. તમે વિચાર તો કરો, 22,000 વાર એક જ વર્ષમાં એ લોકોએ જાહેરાત કરી. And that is where FMCG has got disturbed, completely disturbed because of Patanjali, and Patanjali became third most FMCG company in India. So Patanjali, once a challenger, was able to challenge its market leader with an intensive advertising strategy, and it helped them to become a big player in the FMCG business. Well, these are just few of the general and specific strategies that a marketing manager could use in competing with a market leader. Think about it, that how a challenging firm could employ these strategies in becoming the market leader.